You having a huge party?
Nope, just me.
Get delicious cuisine from the country's best chefs delivered right to your door with the click of a button.
What's up, everybody, and welcome back to another edition of Sports Talk 49 live and always exclusive right here on NSPN Champa Bay TV. I'm your host, Blake Anthony, and this is Sports Talk 49. So much has happened. I know I ain't been around. A lot has happened in my life, a lot of changes and things like that, getting food poisoning and a whole bunch of stuff. So I wasn't too motivated to come on, but lo and behold, I got to come on and talk about this because I've talked about on Twitter over and over and over about the defensive line depth in Tampa Bay. And they've answered what I've said. And the first name that came out was Akiem Hicks, former Chicago Bear. And if you don't know much about Akiem Hicks, which probably a lot of Tampa Bay Buccaneer fans don't know. So we'll go down to the history. He was born in Elk Grove, California. Born November 16th, 1989. He's 32 years of age. He is at a whopping 6'5", 324 pounds. Played former team is Chicago Bears, but let's go into the history of all that you may not know. He was drafted by the New Orleans Saints in 2012, played with them for 4 seasons, racking up about 6.5 sacks with them. Then moved on to the New England Patriots in 2015, got 3 sacks in 1 season. Then went on, which everybody mostly knows him for, is the Chicago area from 2016 to 2021 for a total of whopping of 40.5 sacks. Now, I know everybody likes to get so caught up in sack numbers. In this defense, the sack numbers aren't that important. Yes, getting sacks and blah, 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 making money and all that. But in this 3-4 scheme, the interior guys aren't built to get a bunch of sacks. Yes, Vey has missed a bunch. He could have had more, but what he does for everything else in closing the pocket and getting pressure on quarterbacks, getting them off their spots, not being able to put their foot in the ground and drive their leg forward and drive the ball downfield. You didn't make the tackle or make the direct impact, but you made the play on that. And I try to emphasize that to people who don't know what I'm talking about. And if you guys want to come on here and chit chat and talk about, I'm taking on all guests and anybody who want to come on here on your audio and talk about the signing of Akiem Hicks, I will do that right now. I will put the link in the description box down here. If you guys want to jump on audio and talk about what do you think about this signing of Akiem Hicks, Tampa Bay Buccaneers signing a 1-year, $10 million, up to $10 million contract. So, with me, I like to talk about game tape, things like that, talk about all that type of stuff and how he fits into the scheme. Because like I said, he's a big dude. He can get his hands on balls when he's collapsing the pocket, and he's a really, really intelligent guy, and he understands football. Granted, that happens age and time. You learn how to play the game. You learn how to master your craft when you're in the league for so long. So you learn how to do that. So, and Hicks has done that in this league. I've liked that guy since Chicago. I like the way he plays. He plays with an attitude. He plays with the purpose, and he just plays with the sense of purpose. And I thought this would be a great signing for them. So we'll talk about it a little bit. So let's get into some of the game tape here. Again, you guys post your comments or whatever you want to talk about there, and we'll get into it. So let's check out some tape here by Akiem Hicks, and I'm saying Knicks from UNC wide receiver Akiem Hicks from the Chicago Bears. Baldy breaks down some, and I want to talk about some of it too. So here we go.
Thumbs up. Mm-hmm. You like your thumbs up. That locks your elbow, right?
Please send that to my position coach. Tell him my thumbs were up. Look at the offensive lineman's hands. Yeah. He's reaching and trying to get a grip on
nothing on you.
But
and as they're going to break down on this, it's important. You see, he can play all those. He can play the nose spot. He can play the 0. You can play the 1, the 2, the 3, even the 5 if needed to be. Hicks has the athletic ability to do so. And as you see here, he's got his arms extended, why they measure arm length as far as defensive linemen. The offensive lineman cannot get a grasp of Akiem Hicks. So Akiem Hicks is essentially Akeem Hicks has essentially won this play with his arm extensions out against the offensive lineman, and he can move this offensive lineman either gap if he wants to. He can either get to the A gap or he can get to the B gap on this if he chooses to do so. So let's check it out here.
If you lock out, you're great.
I mean, that's why you bench press. You can do whatever you want right here. Look how strong, man.
And like, that's not a beautiful play. A lot of people like to see sacks and things like that, but those are the things that are going to take away running game against opposing offenses. Those type of plays right there, and that's what you're bringing in here. You cannot rely on Villa and Shaquille Barrett to do everything, every down, every game. It is unrealistic. I get into these arguments on Twitter, and it's fine to have different opinions, but you have to know that these guys aren't going to play every single down of every single game. They're going to get banged up. Stuff's going to happen. You have to anticipate those things happening, and so you got to have guys in there that could step in and play. I love Nacho. I love a lot of the other guys that they got in here, but I don't think that they can bring that level that Vea and Akeem Hicks can do in there. Even Shaq Barrett with the backups. A lot's going to be put on Joe Tryon-Shoyinka. And we'll see. Cam Gill's going to have a shot. Anthony Nelson's going to have a shot, because I really think they need to bring in at least one more veteran outside edge rusher. But let's continue on with Akeem Hicks.
Violent hands you got.
Essentially here, it's almost a double team. The lineman's trying to get up to 58, but you see why right here is so important, of why your interior defensive linemen are so important, especially in a 3-4 defense. You're taking up two guys, which leaves who that'll be, either Levante David or Devin White. I'm talking about where Roquan Smith is on 58. You're taking up two guys, so that leaves your linebacker free. He's going to his gap responsibility is to his left. But Akeem Hicks is going to continue to get pushed. And as you can see in his base, where the highlight is beneath his feet, he's not getting driven upfield. He's holding the round at the line of scrimmage. He's going to be able to leave Roquan Smith to roam, and while making his own play.
Handoff Dalvin Cook.
He's able to beat the block using the offensive lineman's momentum, pushing him out the way, and able to make a tackle for loss or no gain. Again, it's not beautiful, but those are the plays that you got that he brings to this team, and you need that if you want to hold your run stopping integrity together. And keeping healthy is also, because your best ability is your availability. Let's go into another play.
Inside zone is what they're running, right? Yeah. And you can only run that away from the side of the back, right? So I know for a fact, once he hops over, I know what play.
Exactly. He can only go, he can run the counter, which I don't think they'll do, because if the left guard pulls, that defensive lineman is going to come right down and make that tackle. You have no tight end on either side, so Akeem Hicks knows he's probably going to anticipate 77 leaning to the left, which trying to cut him off and just try to squeeze into that gap. That center is probably going to come down on the lineman playing the 2-eye position over the left guard, number 62. But Akeem Hicks just does a man-on-man play, and he's going to make this tackle.
It's coming. So I know 77's body is going to start leaning. I'm going to take his momentum and send it across.
Use it against him?
Yeah.
This is nasty here. I mean, that's just a forearm shiver right there. You get him going to his left, and you just flip him.
Snap to Rodgers. Good protection initially. Now he looks.
That is everything you can ask for in an interior alignment. With the coverage was good. Aaron Rodgers was losing ground. He kept backing up. He would have had to throw that ball off his back foot, making a great play that Aaron Rodgers could make, but he doesn't have. There's no, as I said earlier, there's nowhere he could step forward into that throw. Everything that he had going on there was backpedaling, trying to keep pace into that throw. And Akeem Hicks was able to get to Aaron Rodgers with his long arms, having the ability to think and knock that ball out of Aaron Rodgers' hand, and the ability to recover it. Those are the same kind of plays that Villa has made since he's been with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Now he's paired up with Akeem Hicks.
And he had the ball stripped away by Akeem Hicks.
I feel like it's almost a lost art until I see guys like you do it. Like, you're going to take this guard by his wrist, and you're going to do whatever you want with him. Like right there, like that move. I mean, that's Bruce Lee. Like what you got, it was perfect. You get them both. Now look at him. Now he's struggling. I mean, he's got nothing right now. You got the center coming over. Look at this. You got 3 guys on him.
And you see how he had both hands inside? That's the sled machine right there. That is why you do those things in camp. That is the sled machine. The offensive guard could not set his base with his feet. Akeem Hicks had the lineman on roller skates and able to just drive him back into the quarterback. That is what exactly Ty Bowles is looking for in a defensive lineman. That kind of play, that kind of intensity, that kind of attitude. Again, just got to keep him healthy. That's why depth is important. You will hear me say 1,000 times on Twitter and social media why it's so important.
You power through. Now, what gives you confidence that you can swim outside and get there?
As you can see right here, if you guys just trying to educate people, over the center is the 0. Inside of the left side of the center, that's the 1 technique. Playing over head up is the 2, and just outside of the guard is the 3 technique, which that's what you'll play in a Ty Bowles defense, which they're currently at 3 down linemen and 2 edge rushers on the on the outside. So let's see what happens.
Keys again, and then I know that I don't have any responsibility in that A gap. I got all B gaps, so I can be a little bit more freer with how I maneuver.
Akeem, like, that's a Pro Bowl right guard, Shaq Mason. I mean, he plays low.
So I know he's going to come down and try to dig and drive. If you're going to be that low, I can step over you because I'm 6'5".
If you swim out,
as you heard, Shaq Mason, who is now a Tampa Bay Buccaneer, probably going to be their starting guard. He is beating them. He's probably going to teach some things to Shaq Mason. That's nice when you have guys like that that could come in and show guys how they beat them, how they're going to counter react in case they run into these situations against other defenders in the league. Like I said, that's Shaq Mason. He's beaten a Pro Bowl guard versus another Pro Bowl player. Man-on-man play. He was able to get there, get in the backfield, squeeze down the line of scrimmage, and make a tackle for loss. Those are most important things when it comes to defensive linemen.
Sideline.
Reading an offense and taking your chances, but you better make that dang play.
Yeah, you better get down there.
And he's leaning so hard.
In the initial stance.
Yeah. I'm saying to myself, okay, I'm about to give you this work.
But if you can win fast, you win fast, right?
Oh, for sure.
This is an example here, Green Bay right now. Like that. That is an escape move. So that's the right guard, McCray right there. You're reading the stance, you know he's pulling.
I know he's pulling right
So
now.
you already in your mind thinking, all right, center's got to come back.
He's coming back. There's not only one play you can run on.
Once it. So that gives you that right there. Man.
That time Hicks beat Corey Lindsley's block back, just beat him upfield with quickness.
The right guard here, he's giving it away.
How tight he is.
Yeah.
He's back. Sometimes they'll give it with their eyes.
And what he means by that, again, for people who you never played the position, if you don't know me, I've played both of these positions. I've played interior, defensive line, defensive edge, and edge rusher. I was probably one of the first group of guys who played in the minor leagues to play the 3-4 defense. At that time, I was in between the defensive line and the linebacker position. 1 year played linebacker when we won our championship, and the other year I put up 22 sacks in this minor football league. And I look at the same type of things right here when you look at these linemen. And what he means by that, you see everybody else on the offensive lineman here from the center to the left, and then you see this one guy here, which is J.R. Sweezy, a former Tampa Bay Buccaneer. He's back. And he looks like he's trying to get to the other side before you can get there, and that's what Hicks means by it's a dead giveaway where he's going and where the play is going to go. Being how Sweezy's not that fast, he's a former defensive lineman turned to offensive lineman, and he's trying to get downhill quickly before the defensive lineman can get there. That's what Hicks means when he's saying that he's giving it away.
You almost beat the handoff here.
Ooh. I get excited when I watch football.
No, you should be. Like this spin. Like you try to swim, and then you got the counter, though.
Right.
Handoff Dalvin Cook up the middle. Nope. Akeem Hicks swallowed him up.
Well, you got the double hand swipe, so you're pinning that right arm. Once you get that pinned, it's a wrap.
And then hip by hip. Get that hip on his hip, now it's over.
Your right hip on his right hip.
It's done. As long as you can bend and keep turning that corner, you'll get there.
Okay.
He beat number 77, the right guard, so quick, Fitzpatrick had nowhere to run, nowhere to hide.
And those are the things I'm talking about when I talk about adding guys that fit your system, adding guys that can bring quality play to your team and things like that. And Akeem Hicks is one of those guys that I've said several times. That will be a great asset to this team. I think he's gonna make a lot of great plays here. Granted, I want him to stay healthy, get acclimated to this Florida weather down here, and make a lot of plays for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. He has a great personality. I think he really fits here. I think it'll be a great fit here. I've been wanting Akeem Hicks here for at least 3 seasons. It kind of looked doom and gloom for him during the injury and the things like that in his career, getting older, being 32 years of age, being 300 plus pounds. You have a lot of things against him. And I think, and he's put in a situation where he can succeed. I think he's put in a situation where he could come to this Tampa Bay Buccaneers defense and contribute right away and not have to worry. And, when the Bucs make signings and things like that, people talk about I'm cocky and things like that, but I tend to want to think that I know what I'm talking about. I tend to believe I know what I'm talking about. I don't just come on there and make random assumptions. I've told you before, and I told you again, if it's something I don't know, I'll tell you I'm guessing. If it's something I know about, then I know about it. Akeem Hicks gets the cigar moment. I wish I had Deshaun with me to talk about it, but I'm going to put the shades on, going to put the cigar up, because I called this for damn near 2 months on social media. Other credentialed members told me that he did not fit the system, washed up, blah, 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 blah. It doesn't work. Here, lo and behold, you gave him the same contract. Essentially, you would have given Ndamukong Suh. I like Suh even when the draft came out, but I've said several times, he gives up on plays. He takes plays off. Yes, he's played all these downs because he gives up on a lot of plays. He doesn't play 100 miles an hour. Granted, your best ability is your availability. Yes, there are times where I've seen him take plays off when he didn't give maximum effort. You're going to get maximum effort from Akeem Hicks. You're going to get maximum effort from him every down, every game, unless he's injured or something like that, or battling injuries, which most defensive linemen are. So I got the cigar up and the glasses on. Akeem Hicks is now a member of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers defensive line. I will update you on my social media. Please follow any of those social media platforms that I got going on down there. You message me, I'll comment back. We'll talk. I'm going to have giveaways and stuff to share. I'm looking forward to meeting these guys at camp, getting some one-on-ones with them. Like I said, I've took a little hiatus because of, I had some deaths in the family, had some personal issues going on, but now I'm back in full effect. And I'm really ready to get forward going, especially with the offseason and all these guys going and these rookies and stuff like that. So I know you guys really look forward to hearing from me, talking about these, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers rookies. What do I think and things like that. You guys are always welcome to ask me questions and stuff like that. I'll tell you what I think. And if I don't know, I don't know. If I make an assumption, I'll tell you. I don't have all the answers all the time, but I do take the time to educate myself, to learn different things of why something is and why it's not. And I have a lot of connections with guys that are on current NFL teams. I cannot tell you who they are. And sometimes I can't put out information right away because they'll know where it came from. So I'll speak on it later when it's already been out. So with that being said, like I said, you have now Akeem Hicks is now a member of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, finally closing out that last spot on the defensive line. I still would like to see a veteran outside edge rusher, maybe a tweener. Would like to see Barr come out and play off the edge a little bit. Again, you could sign him for a small contract, come in as a rotational guy when the other guys are injured or banged up or tired, and you let him come in and out, or see if he makes it out of preseason, see if he can play well, see if he still got it. It's a low risk, high reward. You have nothing to lose signing Barr or Trey Flowers. I believe Trey Flowers will ask for a little bit more, and Trey Flowers is a little bit more stout when it comes to run stopping ability. So we'll see. We'll see. Time will tell. And it's just fun making speculations of what players will come and things like that. But I said this from day one, Akeem Hicks to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and damn it, it happened. Damn it, it happened. God damn it, Ricky Bobby. It happened. Last but not least, before we get done talking, before I get out of here, your Tampa Bay Tampa Bay Lightning is now in the Stanley Cup Finals for the 3rd straight year, playing against the New York Rangers. They can go for the Stanley Cup hat trick. Will that be the first time in NHL history? Getting a lot of rest right now. You're getting all these guys back. Hagel. Don't know if you're going to get Brandon Point back in these finals. You've got Sergachev now back. You got a lot of guys that were banged up, and now they're back. Of course, you got Stevie Stammer, and of course, you got Nikita Kucherov and all those guys back, and a lot of other guys that you've added through the trades and things like that, and they've put themselves in a position to win a third Stanley Cup. So I'm really looking forward to that. I know fans have been missing the Lightning hockey games right now. We're watching NBA, and then you got the Golden State Warriors facing off against the Boston Celtics. So these playoffs and things like that have been everything but underwhelming. They've been great watching it. Multiple game sevens, multiple win or go home scenarios in the playoffs. And I'm just happy everybody got to check it out. Philly Cole said they share the same B-Day. Hey, man, check him out at camp. He might say something to you. You know, check him out. Akeem Hicks is a guy who has a lot of personality. I'm going to try to get a hold of him. I know he has Rosenhaus as a agent. Don't know if Rosenhaus will allow me to speak to him, but damn it, I'll try. I like the guy. He has a lot of personality, and he offers a lot of techniques when using hand fighting as an interior defensive lineman, because I used the same type of thing when I played. So, welcome, Akeem Hicks. Looking forward to seeing you. Looking forward to checking all you guys out and talking to you. I'm working on trying to get Gage on here to talk to him and get Chris Cooper back on here. They're all friends of the show, and I'm looking forward to talking to him along with bringing you Deshaun, Ruth the Truth, and everybody else on this great network, NSPN, Champa Bay TV. So I want to apologize again, and I'm sorry for not being on here for a couple weeks. I had a lot of stuff going on, but now I'm back, baby, and I'm going to be bringing it to you 110% because you know how I do. You're the master of everything what you do with your life, and what you do with it is entirely up to you. Thank you, guys. God bless. And as always, fire those cannons. Boom.
You having a huge party?
Nope, just me.
Get delicious cuisine from the country's best chefs delivered right to your door with the click of a button.